Hi, Craig with Midwest Marine Parts here, and today we're going to show you how to fillet and debone a northern pike. We're up here on Devil's Lake, North Dakota, had some success, harvested a few pike, and we'll go through the steps here. So first we're just going to fillet out the fish here real quick. One important thing I'll just mention to you, because we're going to debone this, the Y bones will run down up until about here, and the rest of the tail is actually boneless. So something to remember for a little bit later, but we'll go ahead and fillet our fish here real quick. Make a cut behind the gill plate and then follow along the bones on the back. Down towards the tail. Right about there, we can actually push through to the bottom of the fish and then skin all the way out to the tail. And we're actually using a Buck brand 148 hook set 6-inch folding fillet knife to do the job. And I don't know if you can see that there, Mike. Yep. But we're just following along here. And our first fillet. Now before I flip the fish over, I'm actually going to make another cut on the other side of the backbone here. Makes it a little bit easier to get going when you flip the fish over on the opposite side. Again, we'll make a cut behind the gill plate there. And then we already made our starting cut on the back. So we'll go back down here, push through, get the tail, and then we'll come, again, follow along the back. And we got our second fillet. And now we will start to debone, and we'll go through that process. All right, we have the fish filleted, and now we will go through the process of taking out the Y bones. This is why a lot of people don't like to eat northern, is because of these pesky bones. So just above the lateral line, you'll be able to feel and see these little bones all the way down to that edge of that tail, and the rest of the tail obviously again is boneless. So what we're going to do is we're just going to follow and make a cut along these bones and follow them all the way back. So we'll start at the front here. On the top side, we're just going to follow that bone all the way down to there, and then we tilt our knife a little bit, and we're just gonna run that edge. Once I open this up a little bit, you'll be able to see these Y bones. We're just running our knife over the edge of the Y bone, so you can see them there. And I prefer I leave the skin on. Some people take the skin off first. I prefer to leave the skin on as I'm doing this. Just personal preference. Okay, so now that top meat, and I'll show you, I'll just leave it as that. That top piece here is all boneless. Now some people will also kind of cut in at an angle. I don't do that I'll just follow this lateral line down. Then I'll come and skin out the fillet. All right. Now we have that top piece of meat right here. That is boneless. This is the Y bone section, and this is the bottom part of that fillet, and that is boneless as well. So a lot of people will just throw this away. I actually keep this, and I will actually cut this up in cubes, and I will save this and make pickled fish out of it. A lot of people just toss it. It's a lot of good meat. Those bones dissolve when you pickle them. Perfect way to get rid of, or I shouldn't say get rid of, but utilize every part of that fish. Like I said, that's a good way to utilize these bones, or the chunk of meat with the bones in them yet, is make pickled fish out of them. These we'll actually cut up a little bit, clean up some of this whites inside. We'll clean a little bit of that off yet, and we'll actually throw that in a fry pan. Northern is actually very, very tasty. They kind of get a bad name. Anything from Slimers to Snot Rockets to you name it, they have a bad name. But they are a delicious, delicious fish. Again, this has been Craig with Midwest Marine Parts, and we appreciate you watching our instructional video on how to fillet and debone a northern pike. Now, during that video, we mentioned that we like to keep the boned sections and actually pickle those for eating later. We will share our favorite recipe for pickled fish, any pickled fish, not just northerns, but we'll share that in the bio below, or you can check it out on our website, midwestmarineparts.com. We would like, again, to thank you, and we appreciate all your support. And just remember that it's a great day to have a great day in the outdoors. Thank you again. We appreciate y'all.